Good morning students. Welcome back. This video is for the students of class 7, subject mathematics, and this is lecture number 6 of chapter 12, algebraic expressions. In this lecture, we are going to discuss the use of algebraic expressions. So let us start with this topic. We have already learned some rules and formulas in mathematics. Here we shall see that these rules and formulas can be written in a general form using algebraic expressions. Okay, rules and formulas can be written in a general form using algebraic expressions. So let us understand this. So first let us discuss formulas for perimeter and area. Okay, so perimeter of an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle is a type of triangle in which all sides are of equal length. Okay, so let us take the side be x centimeter. Okay, you can say x units. So let us take side of an equilateral triangle as x units. So the perimeter will be, perimeter means sum of the boundaries. Okay, so perimeter will be 3 into side. Okay, side I have supposed x, so it will be 3x. So by this we can see, I can say that perimeter can be of an equilateral triangle can be written as 3 into x, where x is the side of the triangle. Okay. Now come to the perimeter of a square. Perimeter of the square. Square means a quadrilateral in which all sides are equal and each angle is of 90 degree. Perimeter means sum of all sides. So perimeter of a square is 4 into side. Okay. If I am taking side as x, so it will be 4x. So this is also the formula for finding perimeter of a square and this can be written in algebraic expression. Okay. Now perimeter of a rectangle, that is 2 into L plus B. 2 into L plus B. Now this expression is in two variables where L is the length of the rectangle and B is the breadth of the rectangle. So perimeter of the rectangle is 2 into L plus B. This formula is also denoted by an algebraic expression. Okay. Now come to the next one, that is area of a square. Area of a square is side into side. So let x be the side of the square. So it will be x into x and x into x is x square. Okay. Now area of a rectangle is length into breadth, where L is the length of the rectangle and B is the breadth of the rectangle. So it will be L into B. Okay. So these are some formulas that are written in algebraic expressions. So we can say that rules and formulas can be written in general form. These are general form because if we substitute some value, some particular value, then we get the value. Otherwise they are the formulas in variable, they are known as in general form. Okay, so we can write formulas in general form using algebraic expressions. Okay, now so let us take an example. For example, if I am taking this formula, okay, so if I am taking the side of a square is 5 centimeter, okay, I am taking the particular value of the side, that is 5 centimeter. So the perimeter will be 4 into 5 centimeter, that is 20 centimeter. Okay, same for square. If I am taking side of the square is 5 centimeter, so area will be 5 centimeter into 5 centimeter, so that is equal to 25 centimeter square. Okay. Now let us learn some rules for numbers. Okay. So rule for numbers. So let us take first rule, that is if n is any natural number, then its successor will be n plus 1. Okay. So let us understand this with an example. If I am taking 5 is any natural number, then its successor means one more than the given value, and here we have given value is 5, so its successor will be 6. If I am taking any variable, that number is represented by any variable, say n. If n is any natural number, then its successor will be one more than the value of n. Okay, here I am taking a general value Okay, it can be any natural number. So I am taking that as n. Okay, so its successor will be n plus 1. Same for predecessor. If n is any integer, then its predecessor will be n minus 1. Okay, let us understand this with an example. If I am taking a particular value of n, that is minus 11. Okay, if n is minus 11, then its predecessor will be 1 less than this number. Okay, so it will be n minus 1. So if I am taking particular value, that is n is equal to minus 11, so its predecessor will be minus 12. Or in general, or you can say in algebraic form, you can say if n is any integer, then its predecessor will be n minus 1. Okay, 1 less than the given value. Now third rule is an important one, very important I can say. So if n is any natural number, okay, so if n is representing any natural number, then 2n is an even natural number and 2n minus 1 is an odd number. Okay, if n is any natural number, we know that what are natural numbers? The counting numbers are natural numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. These are natural numbers in which 2 into n. It means any natural number when multiplied with 2, it will be a even number. It will be sure it will be a even number. Okay, and whenever any natural number when multiplied with 2 and then 1 is subtracted from it, then we always get a odd number. Okay, so let us understand this with an example. So let us write the sequence of even numbers. Even number we have 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. In factor form, 2 can be written as 2 into 1. Yes, because 2 into 1 is 2. 4 can be written as 2 into 2. Yes, we can write 4 as 2 into 2 because 2 into 2 is same as 4. 6 can be written as 2 into 3. Yes, we can write because 2 into 3 is 6. So we can write this. 8 can be written as 2 into 4. Okay, because 2 into 4 is also 8. So we can write 2 into 4 in place of 8. Now, in this series, in the series of even numbers, we are observing some pattern. Pattern means we are observing some similarities. Okay, we are observing some patterns. So, in these factors, the first factor of each even number is same, that is 2. Okay, so I will write 2. Now these values are changing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, these values are changing and so on. Then it will be, next will be 10 and 10 can be written as 2 into 5. So 2 remains same, the first factor, and this will change. And this will changes from 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. It means these are changing by natural number. Okay, first I have taken 1, then 2, 3, 4. It means these are the natural numbers. So in general form, I can write the even numbers, the series of even numbers as 2n. Okay, 2 into n, that is 2n. Because if you will start by putting the values n equals to 1. First you will put n equals to 1 because n is a natural number. So you have to start putting it with 1. So if you are putting n equal to 1, so it will be 2. Okay, if you are putting n equals to 2, that is 2 into 2, it will be 2 into 2, that will be 4. Then you will put n equals to 3 because you have to put natural number. A value of n is a natural number. This is given. Okay, n is any natural number. So I will put each and every natural number. Okay, I will get the series of even natural numbers. So even natural numbers can be written as 2n. Okay, in general, I am saying even numbers can be written as 2n. Now come to odd numbers. So that is 2n minus 1. They are saying 2n minus 1 is also always an odd number. So let us check this. Here n is given to be natural number. So I will start with 1. So put n equals to 1. So it will be 2 into 1 minus 1. So it will be 1. So I am making series, okay, by putting the values of n. And n I have to put as natural number. As natural number starts from 1, so first I will put n equals to 1. Okay, now I will put n equals to 2. So it will be 2 into 2 minus 1. Using BODMAS, I will multiply them first. 2 into 2 is 4 minus 1, that is 3. Okay, then I will put n equals to 3. So it will be 2 into 3 minus 1. So it will be 6 minus 1, that is 5. And n equals to 4, if you will put n equals to 4, so it will be 2 into 4 minus 1. So it will be 7. So what I am observing, I am getting the series of odd numbers. So odd numbers in general form can be written as 2n minus 1. Okay, 2n minus 1. So what we have learned from this result, that even number, the general form of an even number can be written as 2n, and the general form of an odd number can be written as 2n minus 1. Where if I am putting the values of n as natural numbers starting from 1, okay, then I will get the series of odd numbers. And if I am putting n equals to 1, 2, 3 and so on, okay, so I will get the series of even number. So general form will be 2n, and 2n for even numbers, even natural numbers, and 2n minus 1 for odd natural numbers. Okay, so let us consider some more sequences, some more series. Now fourth rule is, if n is any natural number, then multiples of 5 can be written as 5 into n. So what are multiples of 5? So multiples of 5 are the numbers which are divisible by 5. Okay, or you can say the numbers which are in the table of 5. Okay, now if n is a natural number, then multiples of 5 can be written as. So let us understand this. So let us write the multiples first. Okay, we have to derive this 5n. So multiples of 5 will be 5, then 10, 15, then 20 and so on. Okay, so 5 can be written as 5 into 1, 10 can be written as 5 into 2, 15 can be written as 5 into 3 and 20 can be written as 5 into 4. Okay, here also we are observing some pattern, that the first factor of each multiple of 5 is same, that is 5, and the second factor is changing, and these are the natural numbers. Okay, these are changing in every step and they are coming to be a natural number. So in particular, in general, we can write multiples as 5 because the first factor remains same in the multiples of 5. Okay, 5, and it will remain changing. It will remain changes from 1 to infinite. Okay, so it will be 5 into n. Here n is the natural number. Okay, so 5n will represent the sequence of, or you can say series of multiples of 5. Okay, so if I am putting n equals to 1, so it will be 5. I will get first multiple of 5. If I am putting n equals to 2, because you have to put the natural numbers only. Okay, if I am putting n equals to 2, so it will be 5 into 2, that is 10. If I am putting the next natural number, that is 3, so it will be 5 into 3, that is 15. Okay, and so on. So by this sequence we will get the multiples of 5. Okay, same for, if I am saying write down a general expression or general formula for the multiples of 7, so it will be obviously 7n. Okay, same as this one. If I am saying write the multiples of 9n, in general form write the multiples of 9. Okay, so instead of writing 9, 18, 27 and so on, you have to write the general form, that is 9n. Okay, so these are the some rules related to algebraic expressions. Okay, some rule for numbers related to algebraic expressions. Now on page number 244 of your NCERT book, an activity is given that is based on this pattern. Okay, you have to read this and you have to understand that. Okay, on page number 245, Again one more try these is given and you have to read that. Okay, try this on page number 245. Now we can see pattern in numbers also, and we can see patterns in geometry shapes also. Okay, so in geometry shapes you can see the example given on page number 246. Okay, now come to exercise 12.4. that is based on the same concept we have learned. Now students, please open page number 246 of your NCERT book, exercise 12.4, question number 1. Observe the patterns of the digit made from the line segments of equal length. You will find such segmented digits on the display of electronic watches or calculators. So here some figures are given that are made up of different line segments and are of equal length. Okay, and you can observe these segmented digits on the display of electronic watches or calculator. Okay, so what you have to do, there are some patterns given, and by these patterns we have to frame a algebraic expression. Okay, so first one is there, this is 6 because there are 6 lines, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and in the next pattern we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 lines. Okay, and in the next one we have 16 lines, and in the next we have 21 lines. Okay, so you have to make an algebraic expression for representing this sequence. Now there are 6 lines, there are 11, and there are 16. Okay, if you think for some time, you will observe, you will get that this number is, okay, just tell me how you will write multiples of 5. As I have explained in the previous example that how you will write multiples of 5. That is 5n. Okay, if you have to write the multiples of 7, so that will be 7n. So here 5, I am observing that it is 1 more than the multiple of 5. Okay, then 1 more than 5, it is 1 more than 10, it is 1 more than 15, it is 1 more than 20. So what I will write this expression as, because every term is 1 more than the multiple of 5. Okay, every terms in this series is 1 more than the multiple of 5. Here 5 is the multiple of 5 and 6 is 1 more than 5. Here also 10 is multiple of 5 and this 11 is 1 more than 10. That is 1 more than the multiple of 5. Okay, here also and here also. So in general form I will write 5n plus 1, because in general form this represents multiple of 5, 1 more than the multiple of 5s. Okay, so here also we are observing this. I hope it is clear to you. This is based on logical reasoning. Okay, you have to think about the pattern, which pattern these figures follow. So here 6, 11, 16, 21, these are 1 more than the multiples of 5. So I will write multiples of 5 are represented as, can be represented as 5n and plus 1, because these numbers are 1 more than the multiples of 5. So this is the required expression for representing these figures. Okay, now come to the next one. So this is given to be 4, 7, 10, 13. Okay, and you have to write the general pattern, or you can say general algebraic expression. Here are 4 line segments that are 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 line segments. Okay, and in this figure there are 7 line segments as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and in this figure we have, this figure is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 line segments. Okay, there is a pattern in these numbers. So we have to find that pattern and we have to write that pattern. Okay, so these are 4 in numbers, these are 7, these are 10 and these are 13. So you have to think what pattern these numbers follow. So this number is 1 more than the multiple, 1 more than 3. This number is 1 more than 6. This number is 1 more than 10 and 1 more than 9, and this number is 1 more than 12, and these numbers 3, 6, 9, 12 are the multiples of 3. So multiples of 3 can be written as 3n, and here the numbers are 1 more than the multiples of 3, so it will be 1 plus 1. Okay, same as the above example, above question, we have 4 as 1 more than 3, 7 as 1 more than 6, 10 as 1 more than 9, and 13 as 1 more than 12. And these 3, 6, 9 and 12 are the multiples of 3. So multiples of 3 can be written as 3n and plus 1, because these numbers are 1 more than the multiples of 3. Okay, so you can write this sequence as 3n plus 1. Now come to the next one. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers. Okay, and here there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are 12 lines in this figure, and in this figure we have 17 lines, and next in we have 22 lines, and we have to make the algebraic expression that follows these numbers. Okay, so here this is 7, this is 12, this is 17, this is 22. Okay, we are, after thinking, we can see that this number is 2 more than 5. Okay, 5 plus 2. This number is 2 more than 10. This number is 2 more than 15. This number is 2 more than 20. Okay, so here we are observing that on first factor we are getting, on first term we are getting the multiples of 5. So it will be written as 5n, and 2 more than the multiples of 5. So it will be 5n plus 2. Okay, this is question number 1. Only you have to observe these patterns, and you have to frame the algebraic expression, or you can say general form, by these pattern. Okay, so this is your question number 1. Now come to question number 2. Use the given algebraic expressions to complete the table of number patterns. Okay, we have to use the given expression to complete the table. Okay, so I am taking fourth part. Same way you have to do all the parts. Okay, in the same way you have to do all the parts. Given expression is 7n plus 20. Here first means this is first term. First term means if you are putting n equals to 1, then you will get this term. Okay, 27. This is second. It means if you are putting n equals to 2, let us put the value of n. So as 7 into 2 plus 20. So using BODMAS, I will multiply them first. So 7 to the 14 plus 20. So it will be 34. So if you are putting n equal to 2, so you are getting 34. If you will put n equals to 1, so 7 into 1, 7 plus 20, that is 27. Okay, so you will get this first number. If you are putting n equals to 2, you will get second number. And if you will put third, 3, okay, in the given expression you will get 41. So let us check this. Let us put n equals to 3. So 7 into 3 plus 20. 7 3 is 21 plus 20. So it will be 41. Okay, I think it is clear how these terms are getting. These terms you will get when you will put n equal to 1, as it is given first. So you have to put n equals to 1. Here 2 is given, so you have to put n equal to 2. Here 3 is given, so you have to put n equal to 3. Here fourth term you are finding, so for that you have to put n equal to 4. And now in this we have to find fifth term. Fifth. Okay, so in this expression we will put n equal to 5, because we are finding the fifth term. Here it is written fifth. So I will put n equal to 5. So it will be 7 into 5 plus 20. 7 5 is 35 plus 20. So it will be 55. Okay, so fifth term will be 55. So here it will be 55. Now suppose you have to find 10th. Okay, it means you have to put n equals to 10 in the given expression. So I will put n equal to 10. So it will be 7 into 10 plus 20. Okay, so 7 into 10 will be 70 plus 20, and it will be 90. Same way you have to fill the table given in your book. Okay, just you have to do one thing. If it is given to be first, so in place of n you have to put 1, you will get this value. If it is written 2, so in that case you have to put n equals to 2, and same for every term, whatever is written at the top you have to put that value of n. Okay, so this is completion of the exercise and this is completion of the chapter. Now come to the homework. So your homework for today is you have to read pages 244 to 246 of your NCERT book, and you have to do question number 2, only part 1st and 4th you have to do in your homework notebook. Okay, you have to complete solve part 1st and 4th as I have explained in your homework notebook. Okay, so this is your lecture number 6 and this is completion of the chapter. Now tomorrow I will give you I will discuss the summary of this chapter and I will provide you the assignment. Okay, so this is all about lecture number 6. Thank you.